In today's video, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the brand new LEGO Star Wars Kamino training facility, which is going to be a promotional item starting on May 1st for all of the May 4th LEGO Star Wars promotions that are going to start off with all the 6 new LEGO Star Wars sets releasing, which includes the new Star Wars logo, Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle, Jango Fett and Kylo Ren's Star Wars Helmet Collection series, the new brick build droid, which is Chopper, and most excitingly, the new Ultimate Collector series Jango Fett's Starship. Although all of these sets are releasing on May 1st, the gift with purchase here is not going to be strictly limited to those sets. You'll be able to pick this up by buying any LEGO Star Wars set. Now, we don't have a price threshold at this point in time of recording, but I imagine just based off years past, it's probably going to be $150 to $160. As far as LEGO sets go, and the box, the Kamino training facility is the exact same size as the Clone Trooper and Battle Droid pack, or similar to exact same size as the Bark Speeder Escape. It's this new box style that has a pretty odd shape. I think it's just an odd box shape style. I really do like the previous year in 2024. We saw the Trade Federal Troop Care. This box size was pretty standard with a lot of the battle packs, and more or less I just thought it was a better box art style. This one is a little bit misshaped, but hey, I'll take it. I think the box art looks pretty good. It does have a 332nd Clone Trooper there printed in the back left corner, which we can arguably see is very close and similar to the Clone Trooper and Battle Droid battle pack, which I feel like makes sense. They basically just kept the exact same box style. They did change up the minifigure lineup. Like, obviously there's a ton more minifigs in the Clone Trooper battle pack, so they had to make them smaller versus the new Clone Cadets, which are 3 of the exact same minifigs, which we'll take a look at here inside the set in just a moment. But they made them a lot bigger on the print, which I think makes the box art pop a little bit better. Taking a look at the back of the box, you can see some of the play features like the movable turrets, the weapon stand here, having the accessibility of removing all of the weapons, and then lastly, what looks like to be the pod here opens up from the window screen. My copy here does have a not for sale sign, as this was a gift over from the LEGO group, so keep that in mind in today's review video. But a massive thank you to LEGO for sending this over for review. Let's jump straight on into the actual build. Starting off with the minifigures inside the set, they're all going to be exactly the same. Well, because they are clones, but they are clone cadets. In particular, they are going to be phase 3 clone cadets. Now, I didn't know exactly what this meant, and essentially means there's 3 different phases, and I think Boba is another prime example that they have expedited growth years. I think he's phase 2, and their age is what's really interesting. I feel like his age is between 5 to like 7 years old versus a phase 1 being like 0 or 2 to like 4 years old. And finally, the phase 3 are technically, I think, between 7 and 9 years old, obviously having expedited growth. That's pretty crazy to think about, but do love these minifigures. I think the arm printing looks exceptionally well, especially on both arms. So huge kudos to LEGO doing that and pulling that off. Another call out of this character is going to be the dual molded legs, or the dual printed legs, I'm sorry. They look fantastic and are pretty realistic to the actual cadets in the show. So more or less pretty impressed. They do also have back torso printing. And aside from that, they do not have a separate, dual molded or dual printed face print. They just have the single face print, but I think is all the more necessary. Like, I think it's just done exceptionally well. I don't think it needed it, and I think LEGO did a pretty good job with pulling off these clones for this set. But here's a good example on why this would be a phase 3 clone and not a phase 2, because they're technically fully grown. Like, they're in their full ready for battle kind of era. So versus Boba is still a kid, at least as far as the Jango Fett Slave 1 goes, and the minifig included it. He has small legs, so I think it makes a little bit of sense that they included the full grown clones for the cadets. And if you don't believe me, here is all the different training phases, as well as what I seem to see as ages. So yeah, believe it or not, they're only 8 or 9 years old here, and they're fully grown, ready for combat. As previously mentioned on the box art, we have a weapon arena / rack. It fits only 3 different blasters. I guess you could put the smaller ones that are also included on here, but I think for the most part, the larger blasters just look better on here. So in a sense, you get 5 blasters included in this battle pack for a promo. Not too bad in comparison to some other ones. So obviously you don't only have 3 minifigs, so including extra blasters to interchange them was a nice good touch that LEGO didn't have to do, but decided to add them in. Not a super detailed build here, but this is what I would call the training tower with like the blasters. It rotates. It kind of reminds me of a lot of the scenes in the training facilities during the Bad Batch when they were climbing these towers and they had like these rotating things and were battling it out. But anyways, this looks pretty good. I think it's pretty simple. It's not too big, right? It's probably used for pretty simple basic trainings, but I think it does the job and is just a nice little feature that Lego decided to throw in. I'll say the main caveat of this set is going to be the Kamino Escape Pod here, and I think it's used for you like moving cadets throughout training facilities, maybe to keep them safe and whatnot. It features some nice little play features like these movable turrets, and then aside from that, a windscreen that opens up for the actual pod, and you have enough space in here to place one of your clone cadets and then go ahead and kind of lock them on in there and, you know, transport them however you may need. So it does have this little brick built stand here. I think it's pretty flimsy of a build, but with this little stand going up and down, it just kind of works. So it's kind of cool that Lego did this. But anyways, you can see if I take it off or remove it, this is, you know, not very economical to stand by itself, but with it, it is able to move. And you can see on the actual box art, they have it kind of vertical here. That way the ship actually flies around like this. And then when it lands, it would do something like that and drop the stand. And then I was able to just lay down. It works. It's not the most technology engineered design, but hey, it works. It's simple, it's effective. Some final regards to this set are going to be, well, this is a promotional item and probably one that's going to be sought after. I feel like you can never have enough clone cadets, and you'd probably want more of these in your collection. So I kind of want to open up the comment section to say, if this was a Lego set, would you buy it? And at what price tag? It's in a price tag box similar to what we've seen for $30. So if this was a $30 MSRP Lego set, would you buy it? Or are you ecstatic that it's a GWP for 190 pieces? I've seen some hot takes here. I'm going to call out Life Bricks, Tyler from Life Bricks. He definitely brought this one up to our attention here. And I actually kind of rationalize and kind of sympathize with what he says about this one. It's the Trade Federation Troop Carrier. Although I loved it as a gift with purchase, he argued this was one of the worst GWPs of all time from Lego Star Wars. Why is that? Well, he said, this should be a Lego set. People should have been able to buy this off the shelves whenever they wanted. And I thought that was a really interesting take. And to be fair, I think this set would have done really well as far as just beautiful box art and just a fun Lego set for all the droids you can collect and build inside of it. Now, I'm fortunate that I spent a lot of money to get 6 or 7 of these, but I wish I could have just been able to buy them. Will that be the case for the Kamino training facility? I'm interested to see what you guys have to say in the comments below. But once again, a massive thank you to Lego Group for gifting this set over for a review. I'll definitely be buying more copies at May 1st when this promotion period goes live. But let me know, are you going to be picking this up day one? Or are you going to wait and just buy a copy for yourself in the aftermarket? And if you enjoyed this type of review video, let me know by giving a thumbs up. Hopefully we earned it and we can make more Lego 2025 review videos moving forward. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, we'll see you in the next one.